right? But I went outside to peep the moon, peeped that the moon was literally in the position of where the sun would be rising in the next 30 minutes, right? And then beside the moon, I peeped that the North Star was right there. I really didn't see no other stars. If it wasn't a North Star, it had to be something else like Ant Aries, which isn't Mars. Okay. Uh, I know my energy, and I know the energy that they're manipulating, and I'm saying I know my energy within and outside of me, the input and the output. I'm talking about the output, not me sending an output, but where I'm receiving an input from is being manipulated or is about to be tried to manipulate so fast. A layer of epoxy dust is in the air. They make 3 layers because I think the air deals with like 3 different cycles. I mean, 3 different directions, maybe 4. Well, clearly, but it might just deal with 3. Okay, because the 2 E's is coming from above and below, and it's dealing with that 6-9. 2 E's is the ether, electricity. So I just wanted to say this: continue to get what you need. Continue to stay on path. Continue to keep taking care of yourself because that clears awareness, makes clairvoyance and intuition. When not in fear, you know what to do next. You will always know what to do next when you're not in fear. Trust and believe that. I just know there's about to be a storm on the way between this week and next, well, not this week, well, this week, but pretty much the next 9 days. I don't think something good is going to pop out from this. But we shall see soonly. Sending out safety to my mom and sister. They just went #1 for some book that they made. Them and a lot of other women all joined. And we hit #1 on Kindle. So now they're doing some traveling. So I send supreme protection over everyone who didn't decide to listen just because of life. I send supreme protection over y'all flying in these planes and flying into and being at the wrong place at the wrong time. And that goes for everyone around the world. I'm sending supreme protection over you, supreme wisdom and guidance. Because really, I'm not in no type of fear. I'm not cold. I'm not hot. And I get goosebumps as I'm saying this. But the reason I'm getting goosebumps, this is this is my science to it. Or like my common sense to it. So if your hair rises from friction being built, friction creates the light. Okay? Friction makes heat that creates the light. Makes your hair rise, right? So that's literally your aura field glowing. It's just you can't see it with your naked eye, but you can always feel it through your senses. Okay? From the little angel number I was reading, Los Angeles popped up randomly, or somewhere in California. I was thinking the Indian Ocean or somewhere in the North Atlantic, because the North Atlantic was going to tie to uh, London too. But if it's dealing with London, it's dealing with New York. If it's dealing with New York, it's dealing with DC. If it's dealing with DC, it's dealing with something else that's aligned to that monument, because it ties to the sarcophagus plague. But really, this ties down to the Russian virus. So symbolism ties to gas chambers while we're in the arena, which is the firmament. The firmament is the arena. The gas chambers is the air. It's just the thing about these gases, it can make you start hallucinating to where the fake invasion ties to a gas that's making you hallucinate and making you see other beings. You get scared, you try to shoot them. Whole time, that could have been your partner. That could have been a friend. It could have been a random standby. All the shit you might have stood up for, but at the end of the day, you saw it, boom. I seen an episode kind of like that, dealing with uh, Superman and Wonder Woman. And they was whooping each other ass. But one thought it was like a reptile, and then one thought the other was like some type of insect, like a gargoyle looking type beast. And they was just fighting each other because they were finding the pieces for the Death Star machine for below to help Wonder Woman's homeland out, or her planet, or maybe dealing with Agartha or something like that. I can't remember. Or Tartarus or something. Alright, so like the Death Star machine that's in that episode was supposedly built by Aquaman, Atlantean, for if things was to go wrong above land. So when a king is trying to get his throne above, is most likely happening below. And that snake is choosing sides in space. It's really some Star Wars shit. But it's happening in space, it's happening on land, and it's happening in the sea. Okay? So it's definitely shit going on. I don't, it's just, they're no match for who we are. It's just, they've been manipulating shit for so long. This shit already happened before. Okay? So when it comes to stopping this shit, it's going to be on land. Okay? It's going to be on land, because that's in between the realm of itself. Feel me? It's going to be on land. And when it comes to this shifting shit, that's gonna happen too. I know it is. I already seen it before I had ascended in the physical. I've seen it. One of the best 9, 12 seconds of my life. Now that I know that the DNA activation ties down to that, and seeing through walls actually ties down to X-ray vision, which is going to come from an X-ray. And that bitch is going to hit the Atlantic. It's going to hit all over, all the sunspots. It's just, it's not going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 to hit it. It's going to hit it all at once. It's going to be a solar storm in the 6D. And it's going to take the baseline to 2000 hertz, which is 2 megahertz. You know why the sun is called a G3, right? Because they're trying to run it up to its timeline. But that deals with 3000 hertz, that G3. Feel me? Gamma 3000. Or gamma 3693. Okay? I know there's a storm on the way. Because I know they not about to just sit there and let the sun beam on niggas. Really, they would, but that destroys the time that they need to do what they're trying to do. They're running out of time. You know why? Because they're running out of energy. The consciousness is awaking to what's been manipulated. So as you do, the rest of your nervous system does. But what have I been teaching you? Outside of you, these atoms and cells and different states of matter, that's your nervous system, my dude. The only reason manifestation even works, because it's part of you. Okay? Like I said, Colorado wind, they about to come with this shit. The CO for the springs, for the river. Like you got all these river banks, but you need flow in these river banks. So that creates air, creates energy. When these carbon emissions come around, it destroys the charge. But that's what it's for, to destroy the charge. And when it destroys the charge, it creates cold. Reason why people turn blue, because less oxygen has been depending on. But in reality, the copper would start to take over if they were submerged in water. Reason why when they be saving bodies for hella years, they put it in the water. And then the copper does something with generating oxygen. It's just they might be in a coma. Mark my words. Unless they just watch me and want me to feel stupid, I guarantee shit's about to start picking up. And after me seeing that sun weather on top of that, I know for sure no. Just watch. Ryan Hall, he has great news. That's who I watch for weather forecasting. Or watch Ryan Hall and I watch me. Unless I'm watching sun weather or something. Other than that, I watch Ryan Hall and I watch me. Cause when it's supposed to rain, nigga, I clear that shit up. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all about it. So you can do it. Cause we supposed to be in the same intent, sending this signal. Cause when they blocking the signal to us and the planet, a signal most of the time don't get sent back up until it clears off. But they be trying to do it when the CMEs is popping off, right? The thing is, we can't just sit here and allow them to do that for a while. It's either we're gonna have to do this spiritually, consciously, or we're gonna have to sit up with physically, or we're gonna have to sit up here with natural disasters and deal with niggas being frozen to death. And that's facts. So that being said, I give it by the 17th to the 19th. Peace.